Okay. So today, I reviewed the last shiurim that we had on Torah Ches Chelek Beis, and I found that we were like slogging through it. I wasn't preparing properly, and as a result, frankly, the children were boring. So what I have decided, I mean, what we learn. I mean, we got it. But what I decided to do is to start learning the Torah's manis that all the Breslev Anash learn together at this point in time. And this is going to be the Torah's manis for like 6 months. It's just as big as Torah Ches, but hello. But I've been fortunate to have gone through this particular Torah, various chavruses and stuff. So I'm more familiar with it. I mean, I went through Torah Ches as well, but these are very complex Torahs, and more times that person has been through it, they've been through it, then it's easier. Okay, so the Torah that we're going to learn, the Torah's manis at this point in time is Torah Nun Vav in the first chalik of the Likutey Moharan. That's the first. That's the Torah that everybody learns. Torah Nun Vav, first chalik, Yom HaBikurim. And so, let's see if we can somehow get a better angle with this. I don't know, but try it. Okay, should be okay. So Rabbeinu starts with this pasuk. Yom HaBikurim. Yom HaBikurim b'akrivchem mincha chadosho l'Hashem b'shvosechem. You have the Bikurim and you bring the mincha of Bikurim, bring a new mincha to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Verse Mikra Kodesh Elochem Yontef Kol Meleches Avoida Lo Sasu. No Melacha. Yontef. Rabbeinu starts as follows. Yesh b'chol echad Yisrael b'chinas malchus. Every single Jew has a certain level of authority. So each one, according to who he is, what he is. Just a second. I totally forgot here. Anybody who watches this on? Each one according to who he is, what he is. Ken Yeshlo Pinos Malchus. According to who he is and what he is, what his stature in life. That's the kind of authority of Malchus that he has. And Rabbeinu explains. Yeshu Ser Bevesai. There's somebody who governs his own household. You know, outside, not so much. In his house. Yeshu Moishel B'Yosem. Some people have authority, bigger authority, but they rule over a larger amount of people. There is one person that rules the entire world. Each one according to the kind, the type, the level, in quote, of authority that he has. And this is what is said about Moshe Rabbeinu, that he has appointed Sarei Alofim, Sarei Meyos, Sarei Chamishim, Sarei Asoros, ministers of thousands, ministers of hundreds, ministers of 50, and ministers of tens. When Yisrael came to visit with Moshe's wife, he brought Moshe's wife, came to visit Moshe Rabbeinu on Israel after he came out of Egypt, and he saw Moshe Rabbeinu sitting and judging the people, holding court. People came to him what to do, asking halachos for this, whatever it is, disputes, whatever. He was sitting there from the morning to night. He said, how can you do this? I mean, you're going to fall apart. The people are going to fall apart. I mean, this is not something that has a kiyum. So he says, I tell you what to do. Appoint that chazeh, you will see people that are shirim, borim, and shechayv, people that are resolute, that are forceful. So in a betza that hate and the idea of taking advantage of somebody else's money. And money is not their cup of tea. And so there's actually say a joke about it in America. I remember I heard it in Williamsburg. It says, Chachamim, Anashim Chachamim. I can understand how you can find Yeduim, famous, noted. This, I can understand how you can find. So in a bet of people that hate money, where can you find people who hate money? So they said the answer is for money you can find even people who hate money. For the right price, you can find people who hate money. But the in other words, so Moshe Rabbeinu listened to him. Obviously, Kodesh Baruch Hu sanctioned these particular delegation of authority, and there'll be somebody who is a minister over 1,000, somebody's a minister over hundreds, somebody who's a minister over 50 people, and somebody's a minister over 10 people. Comes the question, why do you need so many? Every 10 people have to have a minister, has to have a rabbi to tell them what to do. I mean, every 10 people have every day, they have disputes and shilas and whatever it is that they need a special rabbi that a fixed rabbi for them, for the Talmud. And so according to what Rabbeinu is saying here, and as we will see, what is the purpose of the authority that each person has, we'll discover that this particular authority, rulership, is a burden and it's a responsibility, and it's both, there is a malchus bisgalia, somebody who you can see is the head of the company, is the mayor, is whatever. There is biskasia, so Rebbe says the title, that you don't see, the kind of authority and influence that you don't see on the surface. But biskasia, covertly, that person is really ruling over this particular neshamas, and they are under him. Talk about this a little bit more. So, this bechina of authority that everybody has, it's both in an overt fashion and in a covert, unseen, under the surface fashion. Beis Galia, when we're talking about overtly, so this is the authority that every single person has according to his bechina, that he is ruling over these people. He is their boss, he is their manager, he is the one that that commands them around, in an overt fashion. According to the kind or level of authority that he has. In other words, everybody can see that he is ruling over these people. And covertly, this inyan, every single person has according to his level b'china. B'chinas malchus b'iskasya is malchus in a hidden way, in a covert way. Even though overtly, it looks like he doesn't have any authority over these people. Sometimes no connection between him and them. However, despite that, covertly, in great secrecy, he is actually ruling over these people. Because their neshama is under him. He's the boss.
What does it mean he's ruling over them?
We'll talk. This is what they. And not only this, but they are, they bring themselves down and they listen to him. They listen to him. They obey.
They're submissive to him.
They're submissive to him. Yeah.
That's the problem every time. There's a problem that the person can't solve. He went to another one that's higher up.
Right.
They went up into Moshe Rabbeinu.
Right.
So
Right.
The Supreme Court. Appealing all the way up to the Supreme Court.
How do they listen to him if they don't even know what he wants?
Rebbe speaks about that. Rebbe speaks about. You ask a very good question. Rebbe speaks exactly about these things. Rebbe says even more than that. Rebbe says not only, how does he know who they are? Rebbe says, how does he know what they need? I don't know what to tell them. Your question is a very good question. כי גם זאת הבחינת מלכות ויסקסיה, all this union of this aspect of authority, which is covert, each one, it's an individual thing, each one according to his bechina. This is how, these is how many neshamas that he has underneath him. The same kind ministers of 1,000, hundreds, 50, and 10. In other words, there is somebody that is ruling covertly without anybody knowing it over 1,000 people. And there's somebody who is covertly without any is ruling over 100 people, and so forth and so on. And there is one. Shebizgalio, really overtly, ein lo shum mimshala. You cannot see any kind of authority. He doesn't have an army. He doesn't have a title. You know, he doesn't have his name on buses, says yeshivas, this and this and this or whatever. There's no uniform or whatever. But this guy has no shalom. Still, discussion in a covert manner, under the cover of great concealment. Moishel al kol hador. He is ruling the entire generation. And even over all the tzaddikim of the generation, who are the leaders, you know. Because all their neshamas are all under his rulership and his authority, his kingdom.
And he was the closest person to a Kadosh Baruch Hu, so
All right.
stands the reason that.
Yeah, but Moshe Rabbeinu had this malchus b'Izgalia also.
Yeah, what?
He had this malchus also overtly. He was a melech. Moshe Rabbeinu was a melech. Rabbeinu, he says somebody is somebody that overtly looks like he doesn't have any authority whatsoever. But covertly, secretly, he rules over the entire generation, including the tzaddikim of the generation. And they are all submissive to him. They're under him. It's under great secrecy. It's completely covered up. As it is said in Sefer Malachim, I'm sorry. B'chol makom muktar umugosh lishmi. At every place where there is an offering to a deity, even if it's Zara, really, it says the Goyim David Zara, they're all actually serving Kadosh Baruch Hu. They're all serving Kadosh Baruch Hu, because there is nobody except Kadosh Baruch Hu, but they don't know it. So the fact that they're actually serving Kadosh Baruch Hu and giving him gifts and offerings, they don't even know about it.
Who's they?
The Goyim, David Zara, yeah,
Idol worship.
idol worshippers.
I think they bring Kabbalah, the Goyim brought some Kabbalahs too.
They bring korbanos to their own idols.
Yeah,
But underneath the surface,
yeah,
everybody is serving Kadosh Baruch Hu.
yeah,
Because there is nobody except Kadosh Baruch Hu.
yeah.
Ein od milvado.
And no milvado. You know, as the, he says, even the Goyim, the serve of the Zara, Kadosh Baruch Hu, he's the God of all gods. He's like
I mean, the Goyim would even bring a carbon to the base of Mikdash too. wouldn't they?
right,
Yeah.
right. By the way, the Goyim can bring korbanos now also when there's no Beis Hamikdash.
No one?
When there's no Beis Hamikdash,
Oh, yeah.
they can bring korbanos now.
They could make,
Yeah, can bring korbanos.
how, why would they? What do you mean?
Well, they do. They can bring korbanos. We can't, but they can. Those that keep Sheva Mitzvahs Bnei Noach,
Yeah,
they can bring a korban today.
why then?
They are allowed, we are not allowed. And I actually saw a video
Yeah, there's a place in
of a guy. I think he's originally from, I don't know, Far East or whatever it is, who is a Shomer Shiva Mitzvahs Bnei Noah. That he goes and he buys a pigeon and he builds a fire and he brings a carbon. He's allowed to do that. That's a great thing. It's just when you come to think of it.
Where?
No, outside the first line.
There's a
Basically,
place in northern Israel where they have what they call a Paschal lamb or something. They bring.
No.
What?
No.
They bring a lamb or something.
No. I don't know if they bring a lamb. I know that what I saw is they bring a pigeon.
Yeah.
He's not talking about what you're thinking of, something else.
Oh, something, yeah, okay.
Bringing a carbon shechts it and burns it. A burnt offering. And la halacha, I mean, he's allowed to do that. We are not allowed to do that, but he's allowed to do that. Even though they worship idols, despite all this, the Elam Gadol really covertly and on the shushu, nobody knows, secretly. Kulam nichnaim elav yisborach. They are all submissive to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They are all serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Akshu be'elam gadol, it's under great secrecy, the cast of great secrecy. Mochen zas abchina shel malchus biskasa. The same is the bechina of malchus, biskasa, which is coverted by every person. This particular tzaddik that we are talking about, he has absolutely no authority. Well, listen to him. Really under the surface, on the other side, he is ruling, he is reigning over these people. They are all underneath him, and they're all subjugated to him. This is when the Balatanya, the first Lubavitch Rebbe, the Rebbe of Chabad, when he was arrested, the Misnagdim snitched on him that say that he's being a melech and whatever it is, that he's inciting his insurrection, whatever it is, against the Tsar or whatever it is, and they took him, to the great prison in Pittsburgh.
The wagon.
Now, that was not a small thing. What I'm saying is, he was under grave danger. The grave danger. I mean, there are people, that like to say that, like it was a breeze for him, and he never, never worried, and like Liady, the whole thing was so he was going to get out of it, whatever. Truth is that he was in fact very scared.
Very
Scared.
good.
Yeah. People were killed for this, for much lesser affairs than this, to the point that he actually forgot his house and film in jail when he was released. And that's one of the things that people need to understand. It's a good point too. People think tzaddikim, everything is open, everything is clear, everything is smooth sailing. They got it all down pat. The truth is, b'chlal this. Tzaddikim are saddled with confusions when they're not sure what it is that Kadosh Baruch Hu wants them to do. Who's greater than Moshe Rabbeinu? Kadosh Baruch Hu told him to speak to the rock. Rabbeinu hit the rock. So all these, all the other tzaddikim are not any greater than Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't know. How much more so? Rabbeinu said that a very common mistake amongst people think that tzaddikim never fail. Never fail. And he said there are two misconceptions. One is that tzaddikim never fail, and the second one, if they fail, then they're no longer tzaddikim. He says they are both false. Tzaddikim fail, and tzaddik there's no tzaddik in the land that will only do good and will never, it doesn't mean what's the pshat lo yechta. This is already, in Hebrew, yechta doesn't necessarily mean, chas v'chalila, grab of theirs against Shneur, means missing the bullseye. The achti means when somebody is like pointing an arrow or a gun, and he misses. It's called leachti. It's called to miss. Chet is milishon. You miss. You did something which is a miss. You shot in the wrong direction. Didn't hit the bullseye. So on the Balatanya, when he came out of Pittsburgh, the Balatanya had a machloikis between him and Rabbeinu's uncle, the Rebbe of Mezhebosh. Now that was not such a rare thing. The Rebbe of Mezhebosh had machloikis with quite a few other tzaddikim, and the machloikis of Rebbe of Mezhebosh obviously was a machloikis of a tzaddik. It wasn't a machloikis like we see today, or even then, even in those days. Rabbeinu explains, I don't recall the Torah number, that when a tzaddik amiti, a true tzaddik, like a Rebbe of Mezhebosh, disputes his cholik on another tzaddik amiti, he does it to protect him. In fact, there was a machlokas towards the end. There was a machlokas between Rebbe of Mezhebosh and Rabbeinu. He was cholik on Rabbeinu, and
Protect him from what? When you make machlokas.
the protection is that when there is a tzaddik, when it says that there's a big tzaddik that is makar of people, the Kadosh Baruch Hu. So there are big dinim on him in Shemayim. So he says the same thing physically. Something that people that want to get over, take the revenge from somebody, and somebody comes, a big fighter, and he's starting with that person. The other people that want to fight that person, not this. He said, okay, well, he's going to fight him. He's going to really tear him to pieces. He's going to tear him to shreds. So they back away. So Rabbeinu explains that this is like when a tzaddik is cholek on another tzaddik, he covers him up. Okay, being people in during his generation, some people believe this tzaddik, some people believe that tzaddik, some people say, oh, I know him. Don't ask. And some people say, what are you talking about? My wife has a cousin was a friend whose daughter is working by this particular there, and she told me that. Blah, 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 blah. And you think that this is something that only from today? It's from years and years ago. And the reason why these machlokes exist, betzadikei emes, is in order to cover them up. And to cover them up, I mean, if there would be no machlokes, everybody will realize what tremendous tzaddikim they are. And everybody will come close to them. You come close to them, then you become close to Kadosh Baruch Hu. The Sitra Achad does not want that. There was one, a very famous tzaddik in the generation of Rebbe that actually fell and became Shemir Achim, was cholek on Rabbeinu in a way which is not like a tzaddik emes, like a tzaddik emes. Imam had machlokes against that. But the Rebbe Baruch of Meshibosh, Rabbeinu said, people were questioning, why is he disputing? He knew who Rabbeinu was. When Rabbeinu was born, during the bris, so Rabbeinu's mother was the sister of Baruch of Meshibosh and the Befraim of Sadikim, the Dega Nachman. But with her two brothers, they're all three grandchildren of Baal Shem Tov. So she told her brother, Baruch, she said, give him a bracha that people should not have machlokes on it. Rabbeinu's bris. His mother had the bracha Kiddush, called the Fegel de Neviata, the prophetess. So our brother told me this is a shofafal. This is that can't be. There can't be such a mitzvah that people will not have machlokes on it. It has to be machlokes on it. We won't survive without the machlokes on it. So Rabbeinu said, the machlokes are on him. He says, don't even put your mind into it. His uncle, yeah. He says, don't even put your head into this machlokes. Don't think about it. He says, he's choylek on me like a tzaddik. And there's the kavanah. And there are very many famous mices with what was happening during the time of the machlokes of Rebbe Baruch. One famous story that I think his son, I'm not sure, that his grandson, his son or his grandson, was by him and by Rebbe Baruch, and by Tish, and there were many tzaddikim, big people there. They all spoke about Rabbeinu left and right, and all kinds of bad things about him. Didn't say a word. But you know that he allowed it. So when they got away from the Tish, so his grandson asked him, how come he didn't say anything? Also, he knew that he has a machlokes with Rebbe. So he told him what Rabbi Nachman has on the bottom of the sole of his feet, they don't have on the top of their heads. He says, don't ever speak about Rabbi Nachman. He told his grandson, you stay out of it. Those people, don't pay attention to them. So the Rebbe Baruch had the machlokes about Tanya. Tanya held that the reason why he sat in jail was not because some snagid, went and snitched to the government. That was the how he got into jail. But there was not the why he sat in jail. He held the why he sat in jail is because Rebbe Baruch had the kpeda on him. The kpeda was makpid on him. Was upset with him.
Yeah.
He didn't hold of the shita of Chabad, of Hassidus and all that. That was wrong, but the Rabbeinu also holding was wrong. But Rabbeinu was very good with the Balatani.
He didn't hold that Hasidus was.
Hassidus was the Balatani of Chabad. That's the right word. Yeah.
They called it Hasidus. What is Hasidus in general?
No. The Hassidus of Chabad.
Shneur, Zalman, and Liady.
Yeah, of Shneur Liady and the tears of him and his children, grandchildren, whatever it is. Rabbeinu. So there was machlokes from various quarters on that they were. So in Chabad they like to say that they were megala, they revealed things, and people were upset because of that. Rabbeinu said that Chabad is not the right way, not chas v'chalila, that it's not Torah, obviously it's Torah, it's Kodesh Kadoshim. But he said it's not the right way, he says, because Chabad is Chomer bin Adas. If you ever learn, Chassidus of Chabad is sweet like honey. Really, it's like,
Intellectual.
What?
Intellectual.
It's intellectual. So Rabbeinu said, if that was the right way to Kodesh Baruch Hu, what would the fools do? What happens if you don't have the mental faculties for Chabad? So there's no answer to that really. I mean, okay, they say, these are these, but they find different kind of but the point is, I mean, Chabad Baruch Hashem is very, very, very important people. And Baruch Hashem, I mean, Mashiach will love them for sure, a lot. But the point is that, talk is one thing, and the voice of Hashem is another. That's called. But nevertheless, when the Baal HaTanya when he came out of jail, and he was broken, came out of jail just imagine it's like it's like somebody from Gaza that comes out, from the hostages over there. So Rabbeinu took all the people in town. Everybody should wear big Shabbos. And they go out. It makes Kabbalah's fun into Balatay. That was the way that Makabel Tzadikim. And Rabbeinu was working very hard in order to do the Balatay, the Mochen Begadlus that he had, because he had Mochen the Katnas, he just came out of jail from grave danger. So Rabbeinu had a Talmud called the Moshe Chinkis. And one of the Chassid, wasn't really a Talmud, Chassid, Moshe Chinkis, and that later on became a big snuggle in the Boston. And Moshe Chinkis was very rich. He was a very wealthy person. So Rabbeinu, when they came, the Baal HaTanya came, so Rabbeinu told Moshe Chinkis, give a matana to the Sarah Elef, the minister of thousands. So he gave him big matana. It was like $50,000 a day. So big matana. So Rabbeinu said to him, "This is how much you give to Sarah Elef." He gave another such matana. Rabbeinu said, "Well, if you don't know how much to give, that's enough." In other words, you should have given him a lot more. And with this, Baruch Hashem, he elevated the Mochen of the Baal HaTanya. Then there's a nice Likutey Moharan in that.
Why was the Moshe against Rav Nosson?
The story of Moshe Chinkis against because already during the days of Rabbeinu, Moshe Chinkis was a rich person. Rich people allow themselves,
He didn't help him to build the shul?
What?
Didn't help him to build the shul?
No, that wasn't.
No, but did he help him? Or no?
I have no idea. I don't think so. But the thing is that Moshe Chinkis was married. And Rabbeinu told Reb Nosson, and they had no children. He was a very wealthy man. Rabbeinu told Reb Nosson that if Moshe Chinkis will divorce his wife and marry another wife, You'll have children. So Russell told him, that's what you need to do. And he didn't do it, and he didn't do it, and he didn't do it, and he didn't do it. Russell told him, because what Rebbeinu told him, it was like, so he told him, you want children? Rebbeinu said, just give her a divorce and marry another woman, you have children. And by Rabbeinu's time, once Moshe Chimkes gave Rabbeinu a cup of coffee or was I think it was by Kiddush, whatever, and the wine spilled, the coffee spilled. I'm not sure what it was. So Rabbeinu says, I see already that we will not be mechutanim. We will not be, connected by marriage. Rabbeinu said to Moshe Chimkes, it's already. So Moshe Chimkes.
Huh?
He is the person we're telling the story about.
Uh-huh.
So later on, so when he heard from Nosson, again, 100%, you're not going to have any children unless you divorce this woman. So he went to her and offered her to split his fortune. Give her half. Moshe Chimkes. Nosson told him, you're not going to have any children. Rebbeinu told me. Because after Rebbeinu after Rebbeinu was mistalik. And Moshe Chimkes he didn't want to divorce his wife. He loved his wife. I told him, you're not going to have any children. The only way you can have children is if you divorce her. So it's himself, he wanted to have children. So he went to his wife and told her about it and said, listen, this is what I'll do. I'll split, all my money in half. I'll give you half, and I'll keep half, and I'll give you a get. And she agreed. Then he went and he married the second wife, and he had children with her. And her daughter, his daughter married Rabbeinu's grandson, Dov Ber. But she was not very tzniusdik, whatever it is. Found her Dov Ber. Maybe he found that she was speaking with the Bachram, whatever it is, and he divorced her. That was the Dibur. Rabbeinu says the mashka spilled, the wine spilled. We're not going to be mechutanim. We're not going to be. It's not going to work out. It's not going to. But anyhow,
but they did marry.
Yeah, no, he married. When Rabbeinu told him, in other words, it's going to be an act of marriage, but it's not going to last. In other words, if that wine that he gave Rabbeinu, whatever it is, would not have spilled, apparently the shidduch would have worked. Okay, again, it's not for me to say, but and then Reb Nosson told him, and the son of Reb Nosson told everybody that every person, especially somebody who has money, he should write a tzavah, should write a will. It saves so much headaches, so much, whatever you have, you have a car, you have an apartment, you have this, you have that, whatever. Just write a tzavah. And Reb Nosson told him, I think that they already built the shul. Because he told them, I don't know if they built a shul or there was in Breslov. I think it was in Breslov. There was something in Breslov. And also told them, when you write a tzavah, leave something for the shul. Moshe Chimkes didn't like that. And he went and told his wife, his new wife, second wife. And she said, the only reason why is because he wants to get money out of you. And that started a whole machloikis of Moshe Chimkes and his daughter, and whatever the people of Moshe Chimkes. That's the story of Moshe Chimkes. That Moshe Chimkes is that the person that gave the Baal HaTanya this big. The whole reason for the story is that the Baal HaTanya, Rebbeinu called him Sarah Elef. The minister over 1,000 neshamas. There could be many more people actually, because we're not nobody has really a whole neshama today. There's nobody. I mean, but the great majority does not have all neshama. It's just spark of neshama. But
Whereas sparkling,
yeah, it's yeah, and choices. See, the thing is that the generations are deteriorating as time goes by. I remember when I was younger, the Rabbanim of my younger years was the Stipler and well, Chazanish, I was born the year that he passed away, but that you're talking about tzaddikim of a different level.
No, European.
Hmm?
And European.
Well, these are European too. It's just that the generations are coming down. And the thing is that everybody is misak in a certain portion of his nefesh, of his ruach, of his neshama, his chaya, of his chidah, whatever it is. So whatever it is that there is a need for reincarnation is in order to fix certain things. So the original neshama already fixed, a great part of it. And then it's a split to a few people. This one will, fix maybe the nefesh and the ruach, and neshama, or maybe whatever it is. I don't know. You read the Shar Gilgul to Farizal, and you see explanations to all these things. Basically, every single Gilgul is about tikkunim. About you're supposed to fix things. And being this, we're smaller in every generation, we have smaller things to fix. And in fact, there's a story in Likutey Moharan that one of Tzaddikei Ador and his Mekuba Hanasati was either the Baal HaTanya or Reb Nachman of Chernobyl. We don't know which one.
who?
Reb Nachman of Chernobyl. We don't know which one it was. It came to Rabbeinu. There's a Torah. Rabbeinu says that he came to Rabbeinu and spent Shabbos by Rabbeinu. Rabbeinu went to visit the Baal HaTanya when he came back from Eretz Yisrael. And Baal HaTanya asked Rabbeinu to say a Torah on the Tish, Shabbos Tish. Rabbeinu refused. Baal HaTanya said Torah, very long Torah. In the morning, he asked Rabbeinu to say Torah, Rabbeinu refused. And again, the Baal HaTanya said Torah. And Shalashudis, Baal HaTanya asked Rabbeinu to say Torah, and he refused. So the Baal HaTanya said Torah for 8 hours straight, just 8 hours. At the end, one of the famous things at the end, he says, I give a perish v'ata, and now, marabu rachamecha Hashem. How plentiful are your rachamim, Kodesh Baruch Hu. So the Baal HaTanya said, v'ata, and now, marabu rachamecha Hashem, of the Rebbe Yishlan is a gross rachman. On you, Rebbe Yishlan, it's a big rachmanism. Where's the common Kodesh Baruch Hu, with us around? So Rabbeinu said that on that sentence, that was 100% true. Of the 6-hour Torah, the last sentence, right? It says that's true. That one Amira, that is clean, true. Anyhow. So he came to Rabbeinu, or he came to Rabbeinu, Chernobyl came to Rabbeinu. Rabbeinu said, he was sitting by Rabbeinu's Tish, and Rabbeinu wouldn't say Torah. In the morning he came, and they ate, and everybody waited. Rabbeinu waited for him to go, so he would say Torah, and he wouldn't go. He just sat there and he wouldn't go. So Rabbeinu started saying, when you are coming and you're seeing the Tzaddik Ador, even if you don't hear any Torah from him, it's still a very, very great thing. And then Rabbeinu actually went, explained this, and God actually said the Torah about it. Rabbeinu says, you see, I didn't even need to. I said the Torah. So there is a Moshe and there is a Sa'elef. Bezat Hashem, I would like to visit this particular concept. And what Rebbeinu says, okay, what does it mean? Is it your question? What does it mean that I am showing these people? What am I supposed to do? How do I know what I'm supposed to do? How do I know who these people are? What about me? I go in my house and I say, I don't even have opinion in my own house. And it says, it's Cerveso, he's ruling us out. I don't know how. I always have the last word in my house. I say, yes, dear.
Yes.
Yes, dear. Yeah, it's just how it's out. But so we'll visit this concept again. We'll talk about it, and B'ezrat Hashem, we will continue. It's a great Torah with a lot of inyanim, with Purim, and the Shavuos, with the unbelievable. It's a big yarn. You probably saw that they printed out from like this thick with the halachos and everything. So with this, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll finish. That's the first shir and Torah and Vav, and I think we even learned it much before, but it's possible. B'ezrat Hashem, we continue next week. Good Shabbos. B'ezrat Hashem, this shir is for Shlomo, for Carlin, Selma, Bas Florence, B'tor Shachar, Yisrael, B'ezrat Hashem, for Shlomo, and Yeshua L'Kol Am Yisrael, B'ezrat Hashem. Is able to see great miracles in our time.
Amen.
Good Shabbos, everyone.